Hello, all my single mamas and my safe parents. I am back from what feels like a freaking decade of not doing this podcast. But as you can see, I'm in my new house. Pretty much 98% of everything is now settled and done. And I'm ready to get back into the flow of things. So, you know me, I appreciate that us as single parents, we don't have a lot of time. I'm not going to about. We're going to get straight into this podcast. And as you can see, this is the first video that I am doing and putting out on YouTube for my long form content. So the editing's probably going to be really bad. I don't even know if these cameras are looking at me properly. We're just going to roll with it. It's fine. So for the first podcast that I wanted to put out on YouTube and record it, I wanted it to be one of the probably biggest podcasts that I know is going to be so popular with all of you. And it's sorting out your Christmas contact. If you're already feeling that knot in your stomach about Christmas, you're not alone. Because when you're co-parenting with someone who thrives on impacting you negatively and just creating chaos, then it steals away from this time of year that is supposed to be feeling magical for you and for everyone else. And instead, it feels like a fucking ticking time bomb wrapped in tinsel. You're trying to plan a really magical Christmas for your children, keep contact fair, make it all magical, have everything peaceful and wonderful. And yet you're feeling like you have to walk on eggshells. And whatever you suggest, you know there's going to be pushback. You know there's going to be aggro. It's not going to be a straightforward process. And that gives you so much anxiety and causes so much more conflict and so much more communication than what there needs to be. So in today's episode, we're going all in on how to set boundaries and get that Christmas contact time sorted without losing your mind or your power. They talk about 50-50, but what they mean is 50-50 time, not 50-50 effort. Because you and I know that it's not just about the time that you have the children for, it's about all of the invisible labor that goes on behind the scenes that is absolutely necessary for the primary parent. You're the one that's remembering the school parties, the shutdown dates, the different timings of the nativity, the school choir, the church service, buying the matching pajamas, wrapping every gift, making sure the handovers are all sorted because it's out of school time, and just being braced, ready to hold that emotional space, ready for the dysregulated children coming out of their normal routine and having different types of contact, and just planning for the fact that they're going to be super, super dysregulated. And then throughout all of this, you'll have someone that is telling you that you're the one that's being difficult with contact. And if this sounds familiar, you're not imagining it. This is a pattern, and this is why you've been putting off trying to get Christmas contact sorted, because you know it's not going to be straightforward. So let's talk about how we set boundaries without the backlash. And I know that talking about boundaries, it makes the toxic froth at the mouth because they fucking hate it. So here's what I want you to remember. A boundary is not about you trying to control things. It's about ensuring clarity. You're allowed to say, I'm happy to discuss dates, but I am not available for last minute change arounds. And you're also allowed to say, thank you for that suggestion. However, that doesn't work for us, so we'll be sticking to the court order. You don't need to justify, argue, defend, or explain. You're not asking for permission. You're communicating in what direction this should all go in, because if you're someone that follows me, then you will always ensure that you're being court safe and child focused. Those are the two main things that the court needs you to be. And eventually, if for some reason you end up sitting in front of a judge having to address these issues that the co-parent may have with what you're doing here, as long as they can see that you've been court safe and child focused, it's very, very rare that they're going to have an issue with you. This is what I call tactical detachment. You stay calm, factual, and emotionally unavailable for their chaos. You're not available for it anymore. And trust me, nothing pisses off a toxic person more than you having boundaries that you know is going to protect your peace. Now, here's a few practical things that will save you so much stress. One, I need you to confirm early what these dates are going to be. Now, I know by the time that this podcast goes out, we're knocking on the middle of October, but ideally next year, I want you to start thinking about locking in these dates at the end of July, start of August. Number two, keep everything written. Text, emailing, parenting app, never verbal, never on the doorstep. And remember, if it was verbally agreed, it wasn't agreed. It didn't happen. And always, always, always go grey rock. Brief, factual, no emotion, no personal opinions, as boring as a grey fucking rock. An example of a court-safe reply would be, thanks for your message. As per the court order, holiday contact time stands as written. I'll have the children ready at insert time and insert date here. That's it. No emotion, no extra information for them to try and pick apart and feed off of. And if you need more, then my Calm Comeback Kit is absolutely free. I'll put the link in the show notes. These are the comebacks that are going to help you with ready-to-use scripts that you can literally just copy and paste. Now, one thing that I do want to highlight that will go unseen by so many of you and unrecognized is the fact that you need to regulate yourself before and after. Before you start addressing this conversation, and after, and then before the handover and after the handover. Because boundaries are great, but even when you do get everything right, it still sucks your energy. And it takes time to reboot your rest after all of this. So before handovers or messages, take 60 seconds to reboot and regulate before and after. And if the emotions flood in afterwards, don't shame yourself for this. You need to start having a little bit more compassion for yourself. You're not weak for reacting. You're human with feelings. The road to getting emotionally bulletproof is a bumpy one. Let me tell you, it's like learning a new language. It's learning a new skill, and these things take time. And if you want more help with the real emotional tactical detachment, then you need to access my Safe Parent Vault. It's like a mini fast track academy, and inside it's got the most amazing hypnosis called The Wall. It's designed to help you emotionally step back from their chaos and remember who the fuck you are. But I digress. Let's talk about how we reframe all of this and Christmas for the children. Now, I hear this a lot, the competition between the parents, who bought the most, who bought the biggest, who spent the most money, who did the most magical shit. Trust me, none of it matters. You do not have to compete with the other parent. You just have to focus on creating an atmosphere that your children will find so magical and really show them that you have put the effort in. And as well as that, creating the space that makes them feel seen, safe, loved, and relaxed. That's it. And it's not about the 25th of December. It's about the magic that you create whenever they are with you. So if you want to bake cookies on your day, do Christmas Eve on the 27th. The date doesn't make the memory, you do. So release the guilt, release the specialness that's attached to the day that happens to be the 25th of December. Because your calm and the magic that you sprinkle over whatever day you choose is the gift of Christmas that you can give your children. So my loves, as you head into this Christmas time, remember this. You don't owe anyone access to impact your peace just because it's Christmas, just because there are more conversations that need to be had. You owe your children a calm, safe parent, and that's exactly who you're becoming. Because if you're here and you're listening to this podcast or watching it on YouTube, then I guarantee you are the safe parent. I know you are, because I guarantee the toxics are not listening to this podcast. And if they are, they're definitely not listening to it to try and be a better, more emotionally safe parent for their children. Now, remember, you've got my Calm Comeback Kit that is absolutely free for you to download. I'll put the link in the show notes. And if you want to go further, that's when you need to access the Safe Parent Vault. It's already hundreds of pounds worth of value for just £27, but I'm going to put a cheeky little voucher code in the show notes for you as well. But inside the vault, it's got everything. It's the full toolkit. It's got masterclasses. It's got the Alliance masterclass in it that I did with 5-6 other professionals. It's got PDFs. It's got guides. It's got hypnosises. It's got everything. Imagine it as like your post-separation abuse starter kit. So it's down there waiting for you. But suffice to say, my message to you is don't put it off any longer. Bite the bullet. Send the text, start the ball rolling on getting your Christmas contact all sorted for the children. One other thing that could help you is accessing my SafeSend.AI app. So much better than ChatGPT because it's literally my brains inside a response tool, and it's already programmed to be CourtSafe, child-focused, and you can choose if you want grey rock or yellow rock. It's literally foolproof. I'll also put the link for that down in the show notes too. But don't put it off any longer. You already know there's going to be pushback, so just be braced for it. Stay grey rock, stay calm, stay composed, You've got all of the tools down there in the show notes to help you, and just get it done so that you can start to look forward to Christmas and just plan all of the magical shit that I know you're fully capable of doing. Thank you so much for joining me. And especially if you're watching this on YouTube, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care.